I lyrical
Master.
Clear police who make on you, I can't ask Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And he's a no money, and more I know. And he love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
SIU. You are not generally take the microphone, you come, you do nothing. So also apply to the agency. That means you are trained to ask questions. People answer you. But you are not generally take the microphone, you come, you do nothing. So also apply to the agency. If you come there to volunteer, you don't want to say you don't know anything there, what do you volunteer? So if you see the influx of drugs, they come from those kind of mixed leadership or mixed group. You understand that? So you talk about LDA officers consuming drugs. All right? Well, let me let you know. If you know one, you let me know. If you know one, you let me know, because we gotta know we'll fire you right away. You can't be consuming drugs and you want to go fight somebody to stop. So that is just about it. You know, we don't consider it. I mean, we don't have consideration for people there like that. So these are our focus. Okay. And also, you talk about being high ops involved in distributing drugs and whatsoever. The issue of drugs, there's nobody that I know, as far as a leader for the agency, that is that is trafficking drugs, because that is the fight that we are doing. We start putting ourselves. Whatsoever that we put out there must be example. So the issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society, from all sectors, I would say openly here, from the executive, the first president of government, and to the judiciary, you go in the sector, you will find somebody who involved with drugs. The reason is simple. Drug is a lucrative business, so everybody want to get money. For that, you will find somebody somewhere who is involved. So when you fight drugs, you find almost people everywhere. So your security is just in God's hand. Because you can be sitting with your own brother involved because he's getting money in it. Your own sister in your house. People got houses here, they selling drugs in the house, their children selling drugs, no. Somebody leave this country, somebody from somewhere come in this country, and they're not going to live in the forest, they're going to live somebody else here. You see in the president's statement, they mentioned it. People who are selling drugs, they're not living in this car, they're living in houses. Why are the Labrador people not showing these people? So you see the people that are moving today, the education gone. Because we've been preaching this for many years. I'm very much thankful to God that people get to know they're moving in mass to tell the Labrador people.
Indeed, folks, Sarit, let me see our best to get this camera set. Again, it's good. It's good. Yes, let me see. I think all is good from my end. Yeah, Chairman Steve can give people a like, yeah, you know. So, yes. So don't mind some of the good, good. Let me see. Okay, folks. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. And let me welcome a few of our people. Emmett Hammer joining us from Cassidy, Magibi County, one of our regular followers and other listeners also on this platform. You know, I like most of you, you know, you're always making up your duty. Robert, Fasulu Jacqueline, my dear brother, good evening. Good morning and good afternoon to you. And Ude Sidiki Traore, good evening to you and good morning. And good afternoon to all of you. Yes, folks, you know, that thing you were just watching, that's the deputy LDA boss, you know, election that, yeah. You know, we've been talking these things, but for us, when we talk these things, you just feel like we hate your, for example, that was the one can say we blackmail. You know, yeah, you know what they can say, we blackmail them. So, for us, we don't blackmail people. We bring you the facts, tell you the things that you need to do for your people. Yeah. So people, let's share the show. The chairman will be here today. Moses of Bella State, Steve Bode will be here with us. Mr. Connor will join us. Let me see. I'm sharing the link around. Also to the other panelists. But Aliu, Aisha, always be here with us. And yesterday, Monk was a little bit busy, but I hope and pray that he will join us today in the full blast. Yes, Monk will also be here with us. So many things to talk about. You know, we have our own country. Yeah, we have our own country that we have to talk. We have to talk. Put fire on the back of our officials. You know, these officials, when they on the fence, or when they are not on the playing page, you know, they see all of the loopholes, they see everything, and so on. But by the time you put them on the playing page, they start finding excuses, and so forth, right? That the time now they see us now people who hate them. Oh God. The media not like us. That's the thing that. So yes, thanks to all of you. Reche Andrews, Andrews Docs, thank you for joining us. Famuya M. Saliv, thank you so much for joining us. Dixie, yeah, thank you for joining us. Rudolph M. Barron, thank you for joining us. And like usual, James David. Also, yeah, thank you so much, James David and Brisina Mock will be here with us also watching and urging all of you to please share the show. You know, the button we do that. There's sometimes people will say you something, so let me open some. Yeah. Don't, yeah, man. You know, when you into some kind of thing that thing can close, Lord, the country, the society of ours is not easy. But folks, like I just stated, so many things to talk about our country, the human rights report, you know, all of these things, the political tussle still ongoing, the holding and pulling, you know, Liberians, and the late Minister Gillespie, you know, the book of condolence has already been opened, and the government officials, including the president, also started signing the book of condolence. So yes, indeed, I know some of you are not too well. Maybe something is happening to you. But again, we want to urge you to be strong. I know it's not easy sometimes. Some of you, in fact, you've been voting since 2005. Some of you voted 2005, 2011, 2017, 2023. You still see how many elections now? 2005, 2011, 2017, okay, 4 good elections. Yes, 4 good elections. And the United Party-led government, sometimes we say this government of ours now, it is their second year, but I think it will be nearly their they are 13 or 14 years now since the war. You know, yeah, Liberia Palava how to talk. That's the kind of country. 14 years then we'll be into one group of people. Oh God. And then how you been on the football, or in fact, how you been practicing that nearly 14 years we into your time. We removed the other group of people because we felt that they were not performing. Okay, good. Then we bring in the same people that were there that were playing for us. When you remove the team, so then you change your whole team. Then you bring in the other players. Then no, let's remove the other players, man. In fact, set our whole team. Let's look for a new team. Then you set the team. You rock. Then you rock the team. You bring new team. But that team here will get now, I think, an old team. And the old team we have today is it's not easy to admit. The stress, the pressure, and so. But I can be like, for example, our year with Truth FM, like, for example, I stay here 12 years now. Let me just give some of you a little clue. Like chairman can pull up into the BB Bob and Steve. I don't have a common because I have a lot of people up interior who follow this broadcast. We got our old man, we got our papa there, they follow us too. People that were in the market, we selling a little bit of ball and so forth, they follow us. Like, for example, one of the coconut old man you saw trending. Some of you, when people are old, you call them witchcraft just because of poverty. You call people witchcraft. You saw that old man that selling coconut. So people try down to bless her. I see your children, now they want that nobody let poverty. So to the government officials, no one let poverty. That's why people are speaking against poverty. Yeah, no one let poverty. So you get first. So like, for example, I was saying, yeah, so if I stay here for 12 years now, 12 years. They come in February 8th. Will be making me 13 years here at Truth FM. What in here again in and out that I don't understand what I don't know. What? So like, for example, I'll go for research or I'll go for break. They say, yeah, maybe I'll go for break, I'll go for break. I stay for break, maybe for 6 years. You imagine 12 years. Then I go for break for 6 years. I come back into the same place I were before. Then I start to struggle to maneuver my way through. Then that means something wrong. Like if I just passing with all these people, then that means something is wrong. So that's why when you are into places, you got to stay focused. Yeah, you got to stay focused. Focus and learn. When you focus, you learn, you pay attention, and so forth, then you pick up, the higher look. So sometimes people will complain, how can you come back? Nothing to show, nothing to do. So see them crying today, oh, the media, yeah, the media, this and that. In fact, they even censoring us. And they do all kind of things to us. They even making some people not to even talk. Like for some of us, they see us as enemy already. Places we go. Yeah, before my chairman come on quickly. Places we go. People see us as Mebon, Sktv, man. Why are you wasting your time? As if to say Mebon is committing crime. Yeah, Mebon now do bad to people that want to go to places sometimes. Mebon, people keep talking about and these are people, guess what though? Some of these people today who are complaining that some of our media gurus and that will know them way back. They can't contribute 1 cent. 1 cent, even to the stations that some of them used to work with or that made them before. They have zero contribution to the media institutions. Now, that the people they can be talking about, that the people they're complaining. Some of you out there who are doing well, then you listen to them, you bow to their ideas too, because you want to have yourself so on. So the entire media press and media and suppression, people complaining, people crying, and coming up from the I just lecture with people, Steve. But anyway, chairman, good evening. Yeah, we just lecture until you can come. But anyway, good evening, my dear brother. What's up? I don't look like who feel that life is, or in fact, all hope is gone. and you're looking some kind of way. What happened?
You say I feel that all hope is gone?
Yeah, the way you looking like you just thinking about Liberia and say, you know, when you feeling sorry for people.
You know, that's your money, man. I don't feel sorry for people who they are rated as the second stupidest people in the world. That means you feel sorry.
Chairman, I can't do that.
Yeah, man. That would discuss your other thing, bro. Yeah, feeling sorry for people. You see, real man. You see, serious, my brother. I'm not feeling sorry for nobody, my brother. No, I'm not. In fact, if anything, I'm far from sorry. If anything, I'm happy. Yeah. But if anything, I'm happy, man. I'm the happiest man on earth right now.
Why are you happy? Why are you happy? Because
people say happiness, so why else will be happy?
Because the Digon Ryan almost 1 million car. Why you happy or what?
I'm happy.
That is problem you have with it.
I'm happy, CRC. Ain't CRC saying just be happy? I just want to be happy.
But let me ask you this football, maybe you know, way or in fact we can always use. Steve, if like for example, if you're on the bench, they put you on the bench and you see all of the loopholes. Then time to get in, your coach come to you and tell you, you see all the way in there, you go to this, you go to there, you go to, then you go on the field, Steve. Then you still doing, you still poorly performing. What's the cause? Sometimes is that fatigue or what can really happen?
Enough fatigue is ineptitude, it's incompetence. You don't know what you're doing, that's what it is. Imagine they tell you, they give you the answer to the question and you stay fake. They show you the answer, you looking at it, you stay fake. That means you dog. That means Joseph Boada is a dog, papi. I say it. Jeremiah say bring gone down the dream. Now what's going on? Yeah, that's exactly going on. But you know what? Look, I can see you say, oh.
Yeah, I know what is really happening. We just doing
okay. That means Melbourne. Let me tell you right now. You know, we just starting the show. The show about we had today. That means Joseph, that video Joseph Boada bring gone down the dream. You get it? You might play it.
Yeah, I'm not video. Yeah, we don't got to.
Folks, let's share the show. The show will be hard today. We'll talk about all the things Melbourne talking. Media suppression, everything in the report. Let me say this today. Unapologetically. Now what make it true FM. You know, we don't want to tell the story now. We don't want to discuss the issue. We don't want to tell the Liberian people. Now I'm making a make fun out of O'Neill Rabble for 2 FM. But I make fool out of it. And you may want to make fool out of you. All I look at the funny men in the country. I say a Joseph Boada made fool out of you and O'Neill Rabble. And the reason they made fool out of O'Neill Rabble is because we want you. We want you. Oh, Kula Fofana in a report too. Oh, you see it?
In that, no, but
everything, and she said she
when
was
we went for that media, I know media dinner night or so on. Some of us were saying that we didn't eat nearly even water. Some of our media called, you know. That's the thing I don't even understand. Some of them they were acting like you felt that some of maybe we hate God.
Amen. We reported your
started coming, but then later on, other people start posting and say no.
We reported how they kept you hungry.
Someone like drop back.
They suffocated the media. They kept you hungry. We reported it to the State Department. We got other report that will submit. Yes, we get other report that the 2025 Umpa. You want to see that other report? It will be bad. Oh yeah, and we discuss Joey and that Junior Party we can discuss. We just starting. Jeremy Pierre, they need that. Oh, we just started and we discuss what will happen. Remember when we were on the show from the very beginning and our Kula Fofana Black me how used to be friend on Facebook.
That's what they can do. Most of them
black. Yeah. Well, when I said Kula Fofana is a young Muslim woman. The videos are still there. We'll play that video. We'll cut it. We'll play it so you can hear it. We warn her about this day. She's, in fact, from what I'm hearing, that she got denied visa. Oh, we don't want to bring it. The first time I met Kula Fofana was in Philadelphia. Someone introduced her to me on the soccer field. Let me tell you something, my brother. It just started. Check a family here. No. He might go at Jefferson Koji. Let him be running around with Daniel Son or that bad ball from Wembley Kangalore. Let him be running around acting the fool. The first time.
Nothing they can discuss. So that
guess who that too? Guess who that too?
Who?
I got a big head police director I get a big head man. Head big. When you see now, you can see. What it mean? He knows that America can be laughing with you and be dealing with you. You don't have Gregory Kuma. And he get family, let him keep fooling around. Let him keep fooling around. He's not noticed already. He know what time it is. Let him be following welfare, Minnesota, or crook in Minnesota. Let him be fooling around. Let them be fooling around. Look, let me tell you something. Melbourne, the next human violation report that will come out. You remember the burning of the Capitol? He did that story, but
I think that was 25. That one report.
That thing, man. So then we dissect the report. I hear them talking about Joseph Boaga received the report. Who cares about Joseph Boaga received the report? Joseph Boaga can read. Joseph Boaga can read. Joseph Boaga can read. Then he can talk one thing and do one thing. Joseph Boaga can read will comprehend. The last time I checked, y'all go check Joseph Boaga degree when he got it. Joseph Boaga don't know what's going on. Jeremiah could say bring gun down the drain. Today the show will be heartless spark plug. We're not taking no prisoner with us. That's a just introduction. When we get into the show, we don't want me bigger. Today's show we are. Folks, let's share the show. Please, let's share the show. We are back fully. We're joking.
And somebody commented here, I think that man Mary Gonga song is the most like,
let me put it on the air quick because I let it be transparent. I can't be holding people accountable and I'll be transparent. Let me put on the air quick. CMC people have been engaging me from the back to back. They've been engaging me.
Happy. Hard from play.
CMC people have been engaging me. I told them, say, about my store and I'm turning no party. CMC people have been fully engaging me. My phone can rest with Sekou Kane. Y'all want Sekou Kane. Yeah. The consultation, man. I can rest. Black Sekou no more. Yeah. Let me tell you today. I want black Sekou no more. Yeah. CNC, but I want to tell you two things. If I don't CNC, that two things.
One person, the dependable again my whole life. Any
political party I join right now, two positions I want. Either the political leader or the chairmanship. You think I'm going to sit back on the land?
Oh, but it's true.
Party, and I thought I want black Sekou Kane no more.
Yeah, I know why you keep and I do because
to be honest,
when I call you, the network will say Steve on and call.
Yes.
What kind of problem?
I can't rest. Sekou not try to entice me with roasted meat. He not try to give me money. He not try to do it. Let me tell you something. Let me just be honest with everybody today. You know me, I don't discuss political party, but the aggressive move that CMC is making to everybody is important. I would give that look, all jokes aside, Melbourne. You see me, so I'm a guy who like to be fair. They play all the two way of talking. You do bad talking, and people don't agree with me. But I like to live like that. CMC have been very proactive and engaging. I will not lie. They have engaged me on numerous occasions.
And I told you that, Chairman, I said that here once upon a time on the show that the best way to go about with our politics in the new dispensation is for you to engage the people. And
they have been very engaged. No, they have been very, very proactive in engaging.
Yes, I like them for that. To admit, I'm very separate. No matter for separate.
And they're not shy in the game. They will call you. They will talk to you. They will convince you about their vision and where they're going and what they want to do. I'm not lying. I'm not joking about it. Apart from joke, apart from family connection and everything, Sekou has been very clear about CMC intent and all the members of CMC been engaging me behind closed doors. Mama, they even promise say, if I'm looking for something, they'll give it to me. Can you imagine? They say, they'll give me something. CMC get a woman. If you're looking for a woman, CMC will give you a woman. You're looking for money, CMC will hook you up. You're looking for a job, CMC, let CMC, they got no problem.
As your comment, somebody they want you so you can be the gospel person. I'm the manager.
No, slow down. No, CDC, Anna Taylor, let me be honest with you. CDC thing that the best thing that ever happened to LeBron. Me, Any party that call me, I will call you the respect and talk to you. I'm very open to talk to anybody.
That democracy now.
Oh, no. I'm open to talk anything about me when I make up my mind to support somebody. Okay? I instant fully. So that's why you read it on Facebook. CDC want to be chief spokesman. CDC never called me before. Joria passing around fair because we criticize him. I will criticize Joria if he do wrong. If Joria do what wrong, I will criticize him.
We get time for that thing.
So Joria, I've said it before. Joria is one of my favorite players of all time. I let Joria be there. Let me be honest. Let me say it on the show today. On some real, I like President George Weah. I like him. The first time I ever saw President George Weah face to face was in Minnesota. You know, on the field. Yeah, we made things happen.
What practice?
Mama leader story.
You know what thing I like about him?
They care about the man.
The man, they make a calm down. It's when I come to our football business, you and the member you will play. Yeah, I want to. I may hear that. You know, the man cool.
The man cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the politician.
So President George Weah, I get no. Let me just make it clear on the show. I don't have any problem with President George Weah or to say you.
How about United Party?
It's not possible. I just want them to do what is right. That's all. But maybe, like I quickly to the before we get into the politics of the day, like I said, I don't talk about other parties today. I will be open and transparent. CMC has been engaging. I will not lie. They've reached out. And me, I'm very transparent. When people reach out to me, I talk, hey, I might not call names or whatever it is, but the CNC party has been reaching out. And they put several options on the table.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Tell your manager, be honest, you're talking anything. Yeah, man.
The people social issue on the table. Oh, can you imagine? They say if I want to gain social issue, they're ready to support me inside that level too. I'm telling you. CNC that people them party. I'm telling you right now.
Let me tell you, you better do. Look, when you talk about party with all kinds of momentum, look, these people, no, Mr. Colonel,
CNC get fan Jude. I would not have for you. CNC get fan Jude too. My thoughts. You see, who's that player so he's strategic. Where the problem? Where the problem? So the Musa man, fast something against him. Prohibition, he cannot recruit fan in a party again. We need to file that prohibition against Musa Belete and CNC. Oh, my senior player, yeah, man. Let me tell you something. There's some people in the world I like. When I talk about it every day, but I see them very respectful as my. Let me tell you something. There's certain people that can call me behind the screen and say, slow down.
Oh, yes.
Trust me.
That's a video of life.
And you see, one of the people, I don't talk about him every day. But you see, he used to play for Lone Star, Nestor Cindy. For me, there's certain things people can do. I would take at heart. When I first came to America, I was playing the only Liberian man I used to take off for his family, whether I'm traveling, wherever I'm going, that served as my personal coach, my personal big brother. The time he lived in Arizona, he took my baby and put on his head. That was Nestor Cindy. Any game I play for the college, Nestor will be. He will tell me, say, I will be there, my picking. I will support you. So Nestor Cindy and I, we have a relationship. We might not talk every day, but we have a big brother and picking relationship. When he says slow down, I slow down. I want to lose that former player, the man who last summer Olusi thing used to be making noise. All the Nigerian men in front of him, the man who holds summer Olusi say, you're not going nowhere. That a man. I always go and see on player. Now, one of my people I listen to, but folks, share the show. CNC man, at least CNC man, they can get all the fan Jude and a scan. We're not telling you. Maybe I never fall for that thing. I leave my side, I never fall for that thing. Our people, yeah, I'm going to go on that level. So like I was saying, people that Nestor sending them, they might not kind of show off in public or whatever it is. But that people, I don't want to call you behind closed door when they see you going wrong or see certain things. He will just call me two, 3 6 more. He will just call me once or just shoot me. So I'm gonna tell me to slow down the topic or leave it one. You see, so people don't want to listen to. So like I said, President George Weah, I have no problem with President George Weah. I think President George Weah, if he gets the right people around him to do what is right, he will do what is right. Sometimes you just need people that will challenge you to do what is right. You don't need a yes or that the plate the presidents and other leaders can fill. They have people around them who just saying yes or yes or yes or yes or yes or. Even if it's bad, they say yes or in the movement. They want to move from there now. Then they carry in public. When that person move in power, they say, oh, we used to advance and no, that ain't true. Make it known that you're yes or yes. But what is going on socially that we haven't really
yeah, so quickly, or maybe 30 seconds in that to what you just said, my dear brother. You know, these are things that some people lacking. You know, instead of them calling you or maybe talking to you behind the same on some issues, they won't do it. All they do, sometimes they just call off, or sometimes they just go to people and damage your character, spoil, or if I talk about you, then after a certain time when they get now, maybe when they get to understand the type of person you are, then it's late already for them now to even come closer to you. And that was always happening with some of our government officials. Now what they do, they always do these things. People carry your name, people talk about you, then they just call up from you. Only for them to know that exactly what people are saying about you is not true. So sometimes we have to learn how to talk to people behind the scene, learn how to advise people behind the scene. Don't only sit down and enjoy when the enjoyment time. Then the day the person is struggling, when things getting bad up, then you try to go. But again, I think social the few time we've been a little bit quiet on social issues, but I think apart from the video wedding, you know, that have been taking the internet, people have their own saying, people have their own way of
who wedding?
Davido and Choma or what kind of man that I think sometime this month, either 2 or 3 days ago, I think he got married with to his wife.
Who?
And Davido and Choma.
Who he married?
You said?
Who he married again?
No, because the first one, I think that was traditional wedding, but
what the person he married?
The white wedding, yeah.
What the person he married her name?
Choma.
Where's she from?
From Nigeria.
Let me say something to our people, to our Liberian sister. You're gonna be cussing us the Liberian men how we useless, how would they want, who that want. All of y'all who been going to different nationality then. How was it? You cuss us all day. Let me say this. Choma, if I was looking for a female hero, Choma is my hero on the women's side. I will say it. Our older people used to say when I'm much younger, una stupid woman can keep men. Y'all who the sound women that are no better. Y'all be changing men and you're changing shit. Yeah. The women that we are called stupid, that they don't want to stay in the relationships. Ain't y'all no plenty? Ain't y'all can take no nonsense from men? Ain't y'all bring men on Facebook when disgracing and disrespecting? Y'all continue. Like y'all laying that record will be plenty. Me, I support y'all laying that record. Yeah, we know some of y'all. Y'all be on Facebook talking crap. We know y'all. But we'll check your record in. Ain't like y'all cheesy man get a share. You can't make me tell you and pull you. You know too much. You know too much. You can't take nonsense from men. Cool. But I see some of y'all who can't take nonsense from men celebrating Choma. You think Choma get out married because Davido or Pepe? You're not serious man, a bunch of hypocrite. Some of you are not serious man, a group of women. You're not ready. You're not ready. You know when you will be ready? When you in your sisters and you gotta be wearing Acapulco shorts to go look for someone I know, but by the time you know, but already late for you. And you get be more, y'all be on be more. Y'all be on be more, better. Y'all be challenging men and be disrespecting men. Y'all be passing around, y'all know too much. Y'all know too much, y'all can take nonsense from men. Y'all want disrespect men, y'all want control men, y'all want fight men, y'all want dishonor men. Y'all keep on. To Choma, I say Choma might enjoy herself. And one thing I know about the other nationality, then let me tell you, they will marry their sister then from the country. You think it's stupid? You think most of the men from different countries stupid? You really think so? You really think so? We managing with y'all the Liberian women, but y'all pass yourself, most of you, you're disrespectful. Most of you Liberian women are disrespectful. We managing with y'all. Do you know what I mean for you to be with a woman who born child for another man? Do you know what I mean? We're taking all that foolishness from y'all. When you're ready, you can't be making no Facebook yelling. Bunch of foolish people that you're making noise. Oh, tell you, oh, you talk to women, why you talk to women? You don't put your heart together. And like I said, and I will continue to say it, I stand with Choma. Only stupid woman can keep relationship. Yeah, did it? You'll be passing around Facebook making yourself a little stupid. Then in the night, you're calling small children to come and sleep with you, dishonoring yourself. You think when you go to where man or go to different people from different nationality, African American to sleep with you. You think they put value on you? You think they put value on you? You really think they put value on you? You sneaking to go sleep with different men, you think they put value on you? You are not ready yet. That be disrespectful. That be costing us. You're staying in your 30s here, so you're still frisky. When you hit 40, 50, and 60, and you're about to die alone, then you know what time it is. You will know what time it is. And you stay young there because you're passing around with silicone in your chest. Continue. That silicone will finish one day. It will finish and will stay be here. We will be right here. You'll be passing around. You think you're fun? You really think you're fun? Good woman, that choma. The good woman there, that choma there. Yes, that's what we call good women. That's what we call good women. You're passing around making noise. You think it's something? You think because you get a job? No problem. Or you think because you get a toy in your house and you're passing around with it, then you get barber shop in your house all day, you think it's something? Would I get a problem with you? Get a barber shop in your house now. Bunch of hypocrite and single, but you get barber shop in your house. You single? You should be single and get toy? You are hypocrite. You honor money yourself. You are honor money yourself. But we looking at you. Mom, what's up? I only telling some of our sisters, some of our Labrador sisters there. I am only telling some of our Labrador sisters there that I stand with trauma. Only stupid woman can keep men. Yeah, stupid women. They don't want to keep men. They sound women that will see them plenty single here with barber shop in the hall. I get barber shop in your hall and then you tell me say you single. You crazy? Feeling all the machine on Amazon. Then you can't tell me say you ready. You ready? Yeah, that silicone and toilet. Are you okay then? Are you buried them when they die? We look at you now. Mom, what say you, bro?
Well, not much. I'm just listening to the conversation. Came here late. We almost 40 minutes past the hour. Yesterday, I was a little bit busy. I got distracted from the show. I never came back, so I'm here.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Masale, what's up?
Yes, Steve, what's up with you? What's up, Brazilian Monk? Yes, I'm cool, bro. How you guys doing?
Yeah, but man, we're about to get into the politics. Oh, something I wanted to point out from a social standpoint. In Liberia, I stand with that Omar that on Facebook. What her name? I forgot her name.
Oh, Baga relative Marie, she came out with I think the 4th video in a row.
Marie, she called him Guaque. They call him Guaque. Look, that Omar, I stand with her. Let me tell you today, she's credible. I stand with her. Everything she said about Joseph Boakai so far, it has been proven by other people who not even part of Joseph Boakai's cycle. Number one, Joseph Boakai don't pay debt, don't pay people when you credit for them. You remember when George Weah was nice to Joseph Boakai and they say COP and Costa then say that other soulless one. But we'll get to him. We'll get the other story here. We're coming to them one by one. When they collected that money and they gave to Joseph Boakai, allegedly go pay George Weah back. Joseph Boakai don't pay back today. And he take the money again. Joseph Boakai told you that he living on loan from the bank. So it's established that Joseph Boakai let the credit from people. The Omar talk about Joseph Boakai being ungrateful. Everybody have seen how he's ungrateful. She talk about how you can keep malice and grudge. She pointed out. So look, by all indications, she is a credible woman and she needs to be taken seriously. Joseph Boakai need to pay the woman money. That irresponsible behavior, he needs to get rid of it at his age. He's a president now. He needs to be paying people back and he needs to stop this foolishness. How can you be president and you still owing people? He calling the other loser that they deny from coming to America, calling them to cost the woman, it will not solve the problem. Y'all pay the people money. Be responsible for one Joseph Boakai. Pay your bills. Pay the woman. Pay the woman. You stop paying people to come and insult her or try to make her like she's not relevant. She don't know what she's talking. That she crazy. Everybody that said the truth about Joseph Boakai, they're crazy. So you got too crazy now. The time you got away saying talking for him, you are not crazy. Soon people can't tell the truth, then they're crazy. Okay, saying you get crazy medicine, we're saying to y'all, Joseph Boakai, who a vice president said he bring gun down the drain, which interprets in simple form, and he crazy, you pay the woman money because Joseph Boakai only crazy people he can attract to him. Let him pay the woman money. That's my position. I stand on that thing. I agree with the woman. The thing what the woman saying is true. Joseph Boakai is irresponsible because when you can't pay your bill, you can't take your responsibility. You are irresponsible when you passing around and you acting the way Joseph Boakai acting is a sign of irresponsibility. Monk, I don't know what you say about Omar Vogue with the politics. I stand with
For me, my only thing here is the president certain battle are just not worth fighting. When you're a big boy and you in certain position of power, there is something they call PR. There is a reason institution, businesses will pay a customer millions of dollars because they know if you come out with certain incriminating information or damage control, it will cost them more in the future. It just doesn't worth the risk and the time. They let it been making a lot of accusations. Like I said, when it comes to PR, it's not about the truth. It's about the perception. It's about the public perception about you. And most of the accusations she keep making is they are legitimate. That Joseph Boaga is an ingrate. That Joseph Boaga took money from her. And that Joseph Boaga cannot forgive. These are things that Joseph Boaga is noted for. Whether the person from politics or from the family side or from people he interacted with, that's just an established fact. So the longer they drag this thing, why not use a third party to reach out to her? Now, the latest accusation is her container was seized at the Freeport, and they want to accuse her of drugs that is paying people to come and insult her to make her to look like someone who is not credible. And you cannot make the case about credibility when the public already got a perception about the accusation she's making against you. If I were you, I reach out to a third party, settle this woman, whatever she wants or whatever you owe her, give it to her. But this is a family person. There's an insider. This woman narrative go back 25, 30 years ago when you wasn't even close to being a vice president. How she single-handedly, whether it's your son, whether it's yourself, why would you want to pay people to go and insult her? Because now the route you are taking, people will say, okay, but then you're giving the woman more leverage.
Exactly.
If you see her continue, then you are the one reacting to the accusation. And how you think people are going to interpret it? They will say, but the woman is saying the truth, even if she's not credible because your action. Now that you are in the position of power, you want to use state power to seize her container, to blackmail her that she's bringing drugs into the country. Like, come on, are stupid? If this woman was bringing drugs into the country, it's not her first time bringing consignment. She's been doing it for decades. And all of a sudden, the moment she starts attacking you, then she's a drug dealer. Look, as a president, we are not stupid here. Do the honorable thing, reach out. If you don't want to engage her directly, find a third party, settle her and move on. Kill it. That's what they call catch and kill in PR. You catch the story from the initial stage, you kill it and you move on. Simple.
You knock it down. Pay the woman money. Pay the woman money. Mr. You can pay credit, but pay the woman money. Pay the woman money. At your age, at your position, the small stupid laws, they can't even be around you. You should elevate the conversation. Are you passing around your president? You stay holding post, small money gotta be making noise around behind you. Like what? How do you even live like that? Pay the woman money that the new campaign will be on. Pay the woman money. You don't even want to go in any kind of report.
Yeah, Robert, but they can call her Marie.
Pay Marie money, Jacqueline. Paying other people to go and cross her, or it's let Monk say you're validating the woman by even doing that. It doesn't make any sense. You say the person crazy or whatever it is. The person been in your circle for all these years, or they were not crazy. Soon they start saying the truth about you or the connection. Then they crazy automatically. The same thing you can do it, because you want to discredit people. No, you're saying you're not crazy. I want to make it Jeremiah Kun say Joseph Boaga bring gun down the drain. You're not crazy. But they say the president bring gun down the drain. Oh, okay. We inside.
Steve, you know the funny thing is, Ali, go ahead. I thought Steve, go ahead, Ali.
Sorry. But where in the world you have seen crazy man sitting to eat with someone who is sensible? So if Yoruba was sitting on table eating with President Kwaka or a lot today, you're quite he crazy man, or because he criticized the government, what they voted for is not what the president is doing. You're quite he crazy man. And everything the woman said, just as you guys said it, that's the fight. Joseph Boaga is embedded with ingratitude, which of course that's not good. Everyone was small with this stuff, but today we have grown up, men and women. We leave some of this thing behind. But the see cocky behavior of Joseph Boaga coming on as a child at his age today, he continued doing the same thing. When will this old man change? Let them try to forget about the woman, pay her money. Now all along she been bringing container into the country. This is why some of us said this time, the way we are vocal on the government and other things, I even said I want to be shipping container to Liberia before somebody go do something they can implicate me into any other thing. Because when you against the government, they will go after you and they will find all means to tarnish your reputation. This is why they're doing now. Holding on to a container, they want to call her just artists. So this is not good. They only trying to talk about what she said against Joseph Boaga is true. Because if she was lying, I think they will move on instead of ceasing or continuing other things. Well, that's just
let
the fact.
Let me make the public announcement. Let me make that's harassment. We'll reach out to
definitely.
her. We'll reach out to her. We'll get outside the story. If there is any credibility, it will be reported forward anywhere. To it will be another report again. The thousand secondly, we inside. This is intimidation. This is a bad way to go about things.
And these are some of the things that in the human rights report. These are some of the things.
Yesterday when I made a post, one of my senior brother come and say, "Mom, why you be talking about interior chopper?" I said, "Interior chopper are people who know you from your baby time, right? They won't come my baby friends or people that will grow up with, right? There are certain people that they know everything about you because you grew up in the same environment. You spend most of your formative years with them. When these kind of people are coming against you, it's not about who's right. It's just about trying to avoid conflict because no one here is perfect. Everybody got their own thing coming on in life. So when we're talking about an insider or family member, whether she's an extended or immediate family, the woman narrative, when you put it together, it just makes sense.
It makes sense.
It's a story that goes back to the 90s. She's talking about play-by-play description. She cannot be wrong. That's why I keep telling you, there is no way you can win this case in the case of popular opinion. As a matter of fact, your reaction alone, it means you're going to blather you because what you are doing, you are weaponizing the state power to target an individual, which is also a crime. You get a lot, brother, someone that control everything and get go. You're seizing her container, you're paying people to go and insult her, you're trying to accuse her of bringing drugs when your own DA is telling you that the people in the higher ups in your government are the main drug dealer, which is not you. I mean, the average brand know that the government, whether it was the previous or the current government, you guys are all drug dealers at a higher level. So why you want to implicate this woman that have been doing business in the country for more than 20, 30 years? She's been talking about in the 90s and the early 2000s, she's been bringing things, and all of a sudden, you want me to believe that she's selling drugs. Come on now. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but now a fool eater, man. Go there, use their party. If you don't want to engage or find a solution and cut this thing off.
At the end of the day, Monte, as you said, so all the other times she's been bringing goods in the country, she was not bringing drugs. That just right now, she decided to bring drugs. Okay. We on it. You know, some of us did not want to talk about this. But we have to get into the conversation because this thing must stop. Enough is enough. This is harassment at the biggest level. You cannot be harassing this woman or whatever it is. This is above ingratitude or whatever it is. And these are some of the things that we're talking about. These are some of the things that give the country one image out there, whatever it is. Y'all say you're going for a millennial challenge. We can't talk about the report. Y'all say we're going to the report. We're going to the report. Who opened the law? Hey, y'all want to go for a millennial challenge? Y'all want to call that millennial challenge? Y'all be fooling around. Like I said in my opening earlier, those of you who are just joining us, Jerry Limit Pia will on notice, is on notice in this. The police director will be here. Pachosu, he big. I don't want to say in actually he is big. He on there. Now Pachosu, what the other one? I don't know why you always get be here. People don't know. Be police director. Who thinks it was somebody get be here?
Gregor Como.
Gregor Como get be here. Pachosu have be here. How is that a bunch of be here, man? And the big headed people, you put it in front of the security sector. You think when you get be here, that means you smart? John, we have brought on be here, man. Main police director. So that I brought another be here, man. Main police director. You think be here means smart? You really think so? He on notice too. Gregor Como is on notice. What the other guy need? Kula Fofana. Hey, remember Kula Fofana? And Kula Fofana will discuss when she started lying on the
Josiah Joker today.
Well, yeah, the man last means Joker. That Joker, that hustler. Josiah Joker is a hustler. I say it. He's a hustler. He's not a serial man. These guys, look, these guys project themselves to be people of integrity. Do you know Josiah Joker with the CDC? You're working with the CDC. It is alleged that he worked for the CDC. Can you imagine the audacity that the one has to sit down and listen to? Josiah Joker. Yeah, the man needs a kind of pass around all that time. You were acting like advocate. All of them are hustlers. Bunch of them serious people. Bunch of them, they're looking for jobs. Soon they get job. The same thing that the creators are, they can't do the same thing, or they come and do worse. Bunch of irresponsible people that they put on so listen to. Guess what? They what they need, Joker or Joker, I don't care. At the end of the day, all of them are jokers. They're not serious. They're not serious. You pass it around, we do refund here, you call it the other person put in here. Those people, you can smell them from distance that they're not ready for seriousness. So Josiah Joker, I call him Joker, I mean call him Joker. He unnoticed too. You know the interesting part about it, all the got them, most of them got a family and they put it here in the country. You remember when we used to one Jefferson Koji, Samuel Tue, they'll put yourself together. They not want to listen to her. Chelina Pierre ain't getting family yet. Let him keep fooling around our country. Let him be using Daniel Sano. Normally can I learn bad ball, that other joker and serious, another behave man. Yeah, let you know they don't behave people. You think when somebody get behave, they smart. Let them just be talking foolishness all day. Me, one thing I know is that honestly, I want people on this side, we don't joke. Ain't see other behave man, and denying visa, other idiot passing around talking about it coming to America. Who bringing idiot into America? You see where money man that American people get you visa. You think American people can just take any kind of foolish man and just talk foolishness in public. You so can't wear. You accept your foolishness in our country and be foolish all day. Nobody got time for you. That the people then who you can intimidate with cursing their mother and disrespecting them, that can come out and get you money. That they don't want you to be on a food in there, you'll be in a same stupid circle all day. You so cost my man, you so cost other people my take money and give it to you. You are a serious minded man, talking about your advocate. You get Martin Colley, then other joker in Europe there, bouncing around. I want to fail to LU, fail, passing around calling you smart man. You smart? You are not smart. You are not smart at AI, all the things that you're using. But we are here. We ain't going nowhere. I see cost. To tell you that the government going nowhere is a useless government. To even consider Costa to be, oh man, what kind of foolish retrogressive group of people we got?
Minister of State.
Minister of State. You say you consider Costa. You read? Who told you when someone told you on the radio? Oh, they got pass away. That other rebel.
Yeah.
They got pass away. That alleged rebel, fully puppet, those fully people there. Can you imagine? Say Costa man being Minister of State. Oh, I read up somewhere, somebody say, you know, he's vocal on the radio or whatever it is. Oh God. Oh God. How the country will move forward when you can't even tap into your best people? The great big men are talking about, you're saying you were close to Joseph Boakai. You know, the party people got no respect. They even thinking about when they will bury the man, to even be sympathetic to the man family and the discussion they passing the wrong way. Because they won't get another soulless man like Costa in there so that they can continue criminality. What does Costa have to offer? Costa a serious man, man. Costa where one day, you give me a resume. Bring a resume at the county on the talk show. Cost Joey and turn around and go support Joey. Cost Joseph Boakai, turn around and go support. That he resume he carry to be Minister of State. You know what I mean to be Minister of State? Do you understand the implication to be Minister of State? Give me your portfolio. Give me your resume. This is to tell you that these people are not serious. These people are not serious group of people. Costa spent all the years in America. Go tell someone that program says more where you can graduate a master's degree. You pass around saying you get a master's degree. Oh God. Oh Lord. And I see the other joker then celebrating. One of Costa fans decided to block me because I played this video here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you today on the show. Let me say one thing to all the early Liberian people. I do not accommodate foolish people. If you choose to take a path when you see wrong and you celebrate it, that's great. But if you think I will not call it out because you cool, you got it wrong. My brother, my sister. Go find everybody to be friend with. Fools are not my friend. No. Because you support Costa, you support Joseph Boakai. It doesn't mean I will not call Costa or Joseph Boakai out. No. That's not who I am. I don't operate like that. So that being said, you get George Solo then. Can you imagine? Then they're putting George Solo to Italy. Oh, Jesus. What kind of trouble we see? How the country will move forward now? How? How will this country move forward? How? But first, when we get back from the news bulletin, prepare yourself. We'll run into the report for today. We'll run into the report. That report is problematic. Don't joke with it. United Party trying to run away from it, talking about CDC, party headquarters. Let me say something to the CDC. Your CDC people, you know why people don't take you seriously? Because you guys are not ready to talk serious things. Why follow United Party to come post some kind of stupid AR picture or to say that CDC headquarters? What kind of foolishness is that? Just admit that you got evicted from the place and that's what it is. That's okay. And part of eviction means that you are not serious. Whether you say the land on our family issue or whatever it is, you were in power for 6 years, you could have secured yourself a spot. When you get eviction notice, the fact that you get eviction notice, it means you didn't meet certain requirement. Simple. Simple. You accept it and stop this running in circles and stop making it load. You see, this is where I've said over and over that the CDC and the United Party can never be an option to move Liberia forward because you're still going in circles around yourself. Your feet are you got to defend it. United Party, even when you're wrong, listen. Sometimes just admit that you're wrong and shut up and keep it moving. When you're passing around, you got to go call press conference again today to celebrate because you're moving to a new house. You really serious for you? You really serious? So that the ones that I compliment for CDC that was always celebrating. And you see how you're myopic? Oh, Arnold Taylor, man, I probably get with your brother. Read that story. So that means we're going to look at blueprint again. And your bro kick, airplane kick. And see how you're still letting your stupidity.
No, but Steve, the reason they have been mocked for that party headquarters because Eugene Nangwe was the one that posted something. We talking about we are ready with CDC logo on it. So people are like, okay, you couldn't even maintain the premise you were using for operation, and now you want to bring something like you already have planned the works about new headquarters. That's why people that are sharing on social media came from Eugene Nangwe of all people. Can you imagine that?
And there was actually no need for all of that except for them to do that. Yes. Just accept the fact that you got evicted and move on and stop all the extra show off or whatever it is. By the way, Melbourne is up to you. I know we're about to go to the news bulletin. Folks, stick with us. Please don't you dare change the dial. Let's listen to the news bulletin. The Melbourne will say. We'll get back with the reports.
Yes, indeed. So we got to go for the break. I will come back. Trust me, we're going to dive more into the other happening of the week, including today. So, folks, every day, please don't you dare touch your dial. Get it set to Truth FM.
So they said, remember before we go quickly, before you put it, so they said the DAB man said that the Jordan are becoming a country that Joseph Parker didn't bring in there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll call him John Dealer again. We'll say, but folks, we'll be right back. No points on you here.
Good evening, RCN News Bulletin at 7. I'm Josh Bowie. In the headlines, Unity Party National Youth Congress calls for grave and alarming allegations made by the Deputy Director General of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications announces the official launch of the National Digital Portal Address System, beginning with Montserrat County. The Liberia National Bar Association takes note of the release of the United States government's 2024 country report on human rights practices in Liberia, calls on the government of Liberia to prioritize the prosecution of all alleged perpetrators of human rights abuse. And of the home front, the BBC has defended its investigation into child sexual exploitation in Kenya after the government described it as a fraud. Let's take this break to be right back. The Unity Party National Youth Congress has strongly reacted to what it calls a grave and alarming allegations made by the Deputy Director General of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, Gui Fokba, during the Ministry of Information's August 12, 2025 press briefing. The Youth Congress, in a release, stated that Fokba accused members of 3 branches of government of being involved in illicit drug trafficking. The UP Youth Congress finds these claims to be of the highest national security concerns. According to a ruling party Youth Congress, if true, it suggests that the fight against drugs and narcotics in Liberia
is being actively sabotaged from within the very institutions mandated to protect the people, something they said is unacceptable, intolerable, and constitutes a betrayal of the Liberian people. The Unity Party National Youth Congress has meanwhile called on FOCBA to immediately and publicly name these individuals, whether in the executive, legislative, or judicial branches, whom he knows to be involved in drug trafficking or obstructing the national fight against narcotics. At the same time, Montserrat County Senator Darius DeLon has termed as grave in the recent assertions made by the Deputy Director General of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. The Montserrat County Senator said the statement must not go unattended, stressing that the allegations must be treated with seriousness it deserves. According to him, if the allegations made by the Deputy LDA boss is left unattended, it leaves negative accusations on all public officials. Senator DeLong wants the executive that's true, the Ministry of Justice act now on what he termed as a grave allegations. He revealed that upon the Senate return from the break, the body will immediately summon the LDA Deputy Director in open plenary to have him identify and name the specific or particular public officials allegedly involved so as to push for appropriate legal actions in keeping with law. The Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications has announced the official launch of the National Digital Portal Address System, starting with Montserrat County, with plans to extend to other counties in the coming days. The innovative system, developed in partnership with Snow Code Limited, aims to provide every Liberian with a unique 5 to 7-digit alpha numeric address code, enhancing navigations, communication, and service delivery across the country. According to the release, the NDPAS will transform various industries, including banking, delivery services, e-commerce, and emergency services, while creating jobs and empowering entrepreneurs. Those key features of the NDPAS are unique address codes, improved navigations, and enhanced service delivery in the country. The Liberia National Bar Association has taken note of the release of the United States government's 2024 country report on human rights practices for Liberia. The report, according to a release from the LNBA, concludes that there were no significant changes in the human rights situation during the year under review. The report, as in previous years, documents credible accounts of serious human rights violations, including arbitrary and unlawful killings, including extrajudicial killings, torture, and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment, severe restrictions on freedom of expressions and the press, including harassment of journalists, among others. According to the release, the LNBA notes with grave concern that the report once again records the government's failure to take credible steps to investigate and hold accountable officials accused of serious abuses. This continued pattern of impunity, according to the Liberia National Bar Association, undermines the rule of law, erodes public trust in state institutions, and violates Liberia's obligations under domestic and international law. Deputy Finance Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Bill Mangia Jones, has called for a decisive shift towards national ownership and strengthening local capacity in Liberia's social protection efforts. Speaking at a National Social Protection Steering Committee engagement hosted by the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection on Wednesday, Deputy Finance Minister Jones, who co-chaired the meeting, emphasized the need for Liberia to transition from donor-led implementation to homegrown leadership in the design and delivery of social protection programs. June stressed that while international donor supports have played a crucial role in meeting immediate social needs, the long-term sustainability of development programs depends on empowering Liberians, professionals, and institutions. The Citizens Movement for Change has announced the appointment of Fanta Kamara as spokesperson and chief strategic leading communications and mobilizations. A release from the Citizens Movement for Change stated that Madam Kamara, in her role, will spearhead national messaging, strategic direction, and grassroots mobilizations to unite Liberians across all walks of life under the vision of a Liberia for all Liberians. Speaking following her appointment, Fanta Kamara described the appointment as a call to service. The release further stated that as spokesperson and chief strategic, Fanta will lead efforts to ensure every Liberian from urban centers to rural villages is heard, valued, and mobilized towards building a nation that reflects their hopes and aspirations. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa and the United Nations Development Program, has officially launched the African Continental Free Trade Area in the country. The African Continental Free Trade Area was established in March 2020, that's 2018, came in force May 30, 2019, and trading commenced July 1, 2021. The African Continental Free Trade Area represents one of the most ambiguous integrated efforts globally. It seeks to create a single continental market for goods and services, allowing the free movement of people and capital with the broader aim of fostering economic diversification and industrial development and inclusive growth across Africa. With 54 signatories and 48 ratifications, including Liberia, the free trade signal promises to reshape the continent's trade by dynamics, boosting intra-African trade and unlocking economics of skills for African enterprises. The Barber Foundation has announced scholarships and financial aid to benefit 100 students in Montserrat County. The foundation, funded by former Representative candidate Maurice Barbe, is a humanitarian organization supporting education, agriculture, and sanitation. Chief Executive Officer Maurice Barbe said the scholarship program is his way of giving back to the people. He emphasized the importance of educating the young people of Liberia to ensure a prosperous future. Barbe told this station on Thursday that the beneficiaries of the scholarships and financial aid are drawn from various communities across District 1 in Montserrat County. A number of local marketeers in Montserrat County have received financial support through the Realize Liberia project, a World Bank-funded initiative aimed at empowering small businesses and promoting economic growth in Liberia. The initiative, which is being implemented by Realize Liberia, a non-governmental organization, disbursed its second phase of financial assistance in Painesville, where each beneficiaries received US $450, totaling US $900 each in directed support. Speaking during the disbursement ceremony, Jesse Bengu, Realize Liberia project coordinator, encouraged beneficiaries to utilize the funds for their intended purpose, which include business growth and sustainability. Bengu urged the marketeers to invest in their businesses, adding that the initiative is aimed at helping them become more independent and self-sufficient. He pledged the government and partner support to continuing the project, ranging from results that will be gathered from the usage of the US $900. Yomli Care Foundation, in partnership with the Monrovia City Corporation, has successfully concluded an intensive STEM robotic vocation school program for 95 students in Painesville, Montserrat County. The initiative was designed to expand educational opportunities in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics for young Liberians. Providing an overview of the program, Moses Stewart highlighted its impact on the participants, stating that the training equipped students with vital skills in robotic and related fields. Stewart encouraged the students to apply the knowledge gained, noting its potential to positively transform their futures. He stated that the Youngly Cares Foundation is set to adopt the students into a network that will entail career, counsel, ingredients, among others. Also speaking at the closing ceremony, the Foundation Chief Executive Officer, Senator Youngly Kanga Lawrence, noted that the program is about inspiring the next generation. The Senate Pro Tempore emphasized the critical importance of investing in the minds of Liberians' youth as a pathway to securing the nation's future. The program manager of the Teaching and Learning in Fragile Context project in Liberia, Madam Yvonne Kepwart-Weah, has underscored the urgent need to build a strong foundation in reading and writing skills among children across the country. Speaking at the opening of a 5-day teaching educator literacy training for trainers workshop in Monrovia on Wednesday, Madam Weah highlighted that developing a culture of reading among school-going children is a critical step towards reducing learning poverty in Liberia. The intensive training, according to Madam Weah, is designed to equip teacher educators with strategic literacy planning tools and to focus on strengthening foundational literacy programs. Despite an earlier announcement that the provisional results of the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate exam in Liberia will be released on Thursday, August 14, WAEC Liberia has postponed the release to a later date, which will be announced in due course. A release from WAEC Liberia says the press briefing, which was expected to be led by Dab Botut, head of the National Office of WAEC Liberia, alongside Amos Foley, Deputy Minister for Instruction and Chief Government nominee to this council, will no longer take place as scheduled. In foreign, the BBC has defended its investigation into child sexual exploitation in Kenya after the government described it as a fraud. Speaking in Parliament on Wednesday, Interior Minister Kinchumba Mokomen described the documentary as fake because the people who were interviewed were not underage. Mr. Mokomen added that the victims interviewed by BBC Africa Eye were posing as children. The BBC says the documentary was clear that those interviewed were adults recounting experiences of abuse that occurred when they were underage. The broadcaster added that the Africa Eye investigation was an important piece of public interest journalism. To end this news, a recap of our top stories. Unity Party National Youth Congress has strongly reacted to what it calls a grave and alarming allegations made by the Deputy Director General of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. The Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications announces the official launch of the National Digital Portal Address System. The Liberia National Bar Association has taken note of the release of the United States government's 2024 country report on human rights practices in Liberia. The BBC has defended its investigation into child sexual exploitation in Kenya after the government described it as a fraud. That's RCR News Bulletin at 7. I'm Josh. Good evening.
And let me see our best to show this evening right here on Truth FM 96.1. Yeah, so folks, we're back. Those of you who just joining us, let me see. Let me get this straightened up. All right, I don't know what's going on. But to those of you who just joining, that video that on the screen, that video from district number 7, in the home of Honorable Musa Hassan Beniti, where a lady gave birth to triplet, and yes, indeed. So they are calling on the attention of the lawmaker. The mother of the children passed off. Yes, indeed, she died in childbirth. So they've been calling us, but because of our own humanitarian work, we have to show that video so that those of you who are also watching, we can also be in touch with the lawmaker. The lawmaker will be there on Saturday. Yes, indeed, on Saturday. So I hope and pray that you will interact with the children and see them. Yeah, but still, we're back after the news break, my dear brother. I don't know whether you are following. If so, what say you with the news bulletin?
Thank you, Milborn. Let's hear from Monk first, and then we'll go to Masale about what they think about the news bulletin. Great question, Monk. What say you about the news bulletin?
Well, nothing strange is all. The news bulletin is always, I mean, it's something that we already knew about when it comes to the how they call it, the issue of drugs. That the people in the higher ups are the main drug dealer in the country. They was new. I remember the last time the most recent president that came out to say was the Fadika, the deputy. So you get a confirmation, even though some people were talking about gross insubordination. But for me, I knew his accusation was right. They were all right. And so this is nothing strange. And the whole thing about the tying the Millennium Challenge and the MCC Compact into our human rights report, I don't know how they're going to put a spin on it. Matter of fact, the response from the executive mansion, I mean, I read it last night, it was so funny to me. Like, it almost like the president said, like, we knew this was going to happen. We just take cues from the recommendation and then move on and call on the relevant agency to see how we can improve. I mean, it was so funny reading it. But that's just about it. Nothing strange, nothing new. It's the same old thing. We already are a mediocre society, so I don't expect anything positive from Liberia. It's not like we just want to give negative news or to get you depressed. It's just the reality on the ground, and we cannot change the narrative because we want to make you feel good. The news is the news, whether you like it or which way the news trend, you just have to accept it. That's just what it is, nothing more.
Okay,
and yeah,
well, go ahead. Okay, then from Mr. Masale. Mr. Masale, what say you?
Yes, I was somehow somewhere. I was not getting you concerning the incident, the human rights report.
No. The news bulletin. We just listen to it.
Oh no, I was not around, so I didn't follow the news. Yes.
Okay. Well, let me first of all, like I said, I will comment where people need to comment things. I want to appreciate the youth wing of the Unity Party for taking that stand to even point it out that this news is alarming. My encouragement to them is to push the Unity Party led administration to do a thorough, impartial investigation, which I do not trust that they were going to do anyway, but hey, you'll be on the record for doing that to the youth wing because it's about your future. Mind you, a few days ago, they were just walking for drugs. It's in Unity Party. They stole the show from the common people. That's why I did not put my mouth in it, because I felt it was a useless venture. From the time I saw Unity Party people, I saw Colina crying, other people talking about it, and the other one, I said it's useless. It is useless because you, a sitting government, cannot be in charge of the resources and everything, and then you say you go and protest for the bringing of drug in the country. What sense does that make? Is that you the power in your house? You fail to provide security for the children in the house or whatever it is. But then when outsider come and say, you know what I mean, and let go march to provide security for the children, and you join and say, yeah, let me lead the march. It shows that you're an irresponsible father. That's exactly what it shows Joseph Boakai is and what the Unity Party is. That the government is reckless, unstable, and irresponsible. And that's what this government remains. Reckless, unstable, and irresponsible at all levels. They're just bouncing around. Now, yeah, they're talking about the constituting cabinet meeting or strategic cabinet meeting. The man who leading your strategic, the vice president say he bring gun down the drain. He's strategic. Somebody who bring one down the drink and be strategic, you're not ready. Your and strategic should never be in the same sentence. No, you should never be. But we'll get to that. Let's get to the report.
Yeah. So quickly, Steve, before we transition, let me just give my take quickly on that, on what you just said about the drugs issue and out of the news with the Unity Party Youth League. I think, Steve, you are quite correct. You know, most of the time, the youth wing of the Unity Party, they always fighting hard to stand up. But you know, the issue of people, you know, threatening people harassing people just because of so many things. That's why sometimes you see that the youth wing, they really want to stand up against certain things happening in the government. But because they will always be threatened by the power that be, and myself, I'm calling on them that you have to stand up. It is your future. It is your life. Whether you stand up today or not, even new government come in, if you don't talk today, tomorrow you'll be having no voice to talk. So you win of any political party, especially for the Unity Party, you got to stand up. All that crying, some of you are doing behind the same, calling us to be complaining, to be crying here and there, a waste of time. Stand up like the way soup can stand up. Then people will know that he found that he's serious. So thank you, my brother, get transition.
Thank you so much. Yes, Melbourne, before we quickly transition, the only thing I want to add to that is let's say this. To the youth wing, Joseph Boaga, you're not youth. You're not living life. Because you have to bring noise in the party, you bring noise in the party.
Simple.
Right for your future. You're not about the future. Joseph Boaga has no future. Joseph Boaga is on a one-way traffic now. He will be out. That's it.
People begging for jobs, Steve. Your own party, you even beg. What kind of country is that there, man?
A one-way leave Joseph Boaga on. You're not coming back to say, oh, he's a youth or whatever it is. That you'll get future. That y'all, when our country now set on the right path, if another government takes over, that y'all will suffer. So the best thing y'all can do now is to stand up to these guys who are in, the older guys who are in power to do what is right.
Campaign. Steve, tell someone, you're going to campaign heavily on the rain, on the sun, to make the man president, then to hold him accountable. You are afraid. I don't get it though. I don't get it, but anyway, that's the politics of our land. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Well, let's go quickly. Let's go quickly. Monk, first of all, Monk, let me ask you this question firstly in general. Let me ask you this question in general. What is your view of the report in general about the Unity Party-led government in almost 2 years of being in power? What is your general view, first of all?
For me, I never read a whole report. I read portion of the executive summary and the response from the executive mansion. I need to take my time, but I know that they got a scorecard, and I like to tie in this thing with the the MCC compact, because there were rumors circulating that Liberia qualified for 500 million, which is $500 million. And the first person that refuted that claim was the finance minister. He was like, no, that's a lie. We don't want people believing here or coming to think that when you qualify for 500 million, that's not true. There are stages, there are processes. We talk about the preparation process, eligibility, reaffirmation before the actual approval of that grant. And Liberia is not even in stage 2. So he was like, stop the lies. Even though I'm the finance minister, I know we need that money, but we're not close to. And the Millennium Challenge go by certain conditions. They are requirements. And they think about human rights and press freedom. They are also a cardinal part of that particular grant. So if the U.S. government is telling us that our human rights report, when it comes to press freedom, all that is being suppressed, then more than likely you can just come Liberia off of the compact, because then how are you going to qualify for the compact? I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's unlikely that we will be eligible to receive $500 million based on the current report. So all I can say is Joseph Boaga spoke beautiful English, but when it comes to the execution, he failed big time. And then the incentive that's supposed to consummate or to put the icing on the cake for the Liberian people now is the one that they chew on the table. So I don't know. Like I said, it's not impossible, but if I'm going to place a bet, I'm not going to bet on the fact that the Joseph Boaga government is going to be eligible for a compact grant of 500 million. No, that will not happen.
So more quickly before we move any further, let me get your take on something, because we wanted to connect this to the bigger picture. So the bigger picture here is the whole Millennium Challenge, this particular report could impact the ability of the Liberian government from getting that 500 million. Is that what you're saying?
More than likely.
Okay.
Because the Millennium Challenge, when you look at the goals and conditions that set to qualify to be eligible, these are all the things that come in the human rights report. Press freedom, good governance. If you cannot pass in there, how are you going to qualify? So it's almost like an automatic disqualification. That's why I keep telling you, I'm not emphatically saying that Labrador is out totally, but I'm not going to place a bet on them that they're going to win the challenge, because at the end of the day, they cannot meet those basic conditions, most especially when it comes to human rights, corruption, good governance, press freedom. No, it's impossible at this stage, almost impossible at this stage, to say we can hang our hat on getting $500 million in compact grant. That's not possible. It won't happen. So I think that while the Joseph Boakai government, let me just skim over where they say here. It's so funny. He said, President Joseph Boakai, the Republic of Liberia, has received and is currently reviewing the 2024 U.S. State Department report. This report, prepared and published by the U.S. Department of State, provides an assessment of the human rights environment in the past years, addressing civil liberty, political rights, judicial independence, press freedom, and the protection of vulnerable population. President Boakai expressed his administration's commitment to upholding the Constitution of Liberia and ensuring the protection and the promotion of human rights of all citizens and residents, regardless of their background. In response, the president has urged the Ministry of Justice, the Independent National Commission of Human Rights, and other relevant agencies to undertake a review of the report finding and collaborate to develop and implement actionable policy recommendations aimed at strengthening the national human rights network. The president assured both the Liberian people and the international community that the findings of the U.S. 2024 State Department Human Rights Report will be taken with seriousness and merit, and the necessary reform will be pursued. So all he's saying here, we know we failed, but you know what? Moving forward, we try to adjust and find certain policy recommendations to be able to give you better report next time. So technically, almost like going to take a public test and you get it, you say, you know what? I was expecting to pass, but technically I failed. So maybe next year when you give me the same test, I will try to do better. That's it right there.
Let me ask you the question. Do you trust that the Joseph Boakai, based on this administration, the lying nature, the deceptive nature, the inability to be focused on anything, the inability also to do what is right, whether it's starting from the budget or whatever it is? Most recently, I was reading from Front Page Africa, credit to them, that there was a procurement order made, the PCC denied it. Yeah. Boakai override it. Do you expect them to even do what they're saying here, or this is just
no? They won't. That's why I keep saying, almost like you got a teleprompter and people get red speech for you, because I don't think the Boakai understand. Because here's the thing: the president came with an arrest agenda. An agenda means those will be your priority. If people are going to jump in the street to remind you of your own priority, and now he forming the kind of or let's just say, I don't know how to call them, assessment team, or he empowering some kind of committee to go and do assessment on the economy, to do an assessment on drugs. Joseph Boakai came with a mandate, right? And he came with an agenda, the rescue agenda, arrest. If Joseph Boakai is going to be remanded 2 years into administration about things that's going to be a priority, why make you think we keep adding on that list to give you better results? Because even the thing that he prioritized, he cannot meet them. Then we're talking about, because the thing about the presidency, Steve, you can come with your idea, you can come with your vision, but there are certain things that are unforeseeable. You cannot project them, they can just happen. And if you're not careful, it can distract you from your own agenda. So now, if a man who came with his own agenda cannot implement his agenda, why make you think with the unforeseen circumstances coming like this report, human rights report? So it means if he can get the priority right, then talk about the other.
Wait. Before bring my let me put it in simple English. Joseph Boakai own plane that he came with.
Yeah, he forgot.
You can't do your own plane. Y'all got to be reminding about his plane. For example, to fight drugs. He's not doing that one. That the other plane, what the American people say, Joseph Boakai, y'all start doing the one that one he will go focus on. So again, this is another laugh from Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai, not serious man. And we'll see what happens. Mr. Masale, what say you? Because this report is crazy.
Yes. Thank you, Dan. The report is not good for our country. Yes, this report is damaging, and still among everybody know, even the previous administration, these are some of the things that led to their fall, and they were struggling all around here to even say get investors coming to the country, because we know government cannot give everybody job, but government had to create avenue for people to come to the country to invest, at least so that other people can get jobs. So if you get this kind of damaging report, coming from your country, I think that's not something good for our country. Even though yesterday, when those reports were coming out during the previous administration, the United Party politicized aid, the railway aid, and they took it to be something good. Oh, no investor coming, this is happening in the country. And today, it is now in their shoes. And for me, as a Liberian, even though they politicize it, I'm not going to politicize it for me, because I see, like, tomorrow when things are okay in the country, we that are the Liberia will be able to say that nobody will call you, please help me, my dollar in the hospital, my uncle, my children's school fee. These are some of the things when you get good report for your country, and then people will be able to go in to invest, to create jobs. That's why they say government had to create avenue. But this kind of damaging report is not good for the country, and I don't think any Liberia should celebrate it. Liberia is all we have. We want to have a better country. Even though the government, like for example, when you said left the country, these people see what they were doing in the country. Since they left up to now, the rescue government has not yet put no strategy or policy in place. What measure to cover those gaps that you say were covering? They see things about drugs. You people say it's a national emergency. 2 years of your administration, nothing has been done. Today, this kind of report coming up for the country, I don't know what they are going to do. We just got a seat on the United Nations Security Council. We're talking about getting 500 million. All of these things, and as Mong said, these are some of the things that are supposed to qualify you. So if you're getting this kind of report, do you think you're able to get that money? So maybe that one we'll lose it, and then we'll see what we can do so we can get it another time. But for me, I cannot politicize this because it is not good for our country. And I pray that the government should be able to see how they can put strategies in place or measures so that they can be able to minimize this kind of report in the next report that will come out 2025.
Thank you.
But Steve, there's one thing in that report, right?
Yeah, go
in
ahead.
the government response. When I realized the reason I focus more on the government response than the report itself, it tells you their mindset and how they are thinking in terms of international relations from the international relations standpoint. I told you from the beginning, when you look at the trend and the pattern for this administration, they don't have America in their purview. They are looking towards Asia, the Chinese and other investment. Because when you read it, almost like, okay, when you read it and you read it, honestly, bring it to the lowest level, it be like, you guys can accuse of the human rights or the press violation. We're not thinking about you. We're just here because you're a big name. So we are moving on because I don't think they have any interest. That's why I told you, even the whole thing about not shipping rubber in the latest form, it was almost like a punch or finger in the face of U.S. strategic interest. So this government is not kind of a pro-America. They are looking at other avenues. So I don't think that's why, because when you look at the Madam Saliu administration, right, when you go as far as the HIPIC initiative and the whole thing about debt cancellation, Madam Saliu, whole first thing was just about putting in place measures so she can gain the favor of the West. That's why she was the only person that qualified for a compact, because they were working overtime to make sure they are in the good books. Human rights violation issue, putting in watchdog institutions, the PPCC, the GAC, all these things came from Madam Saliu administration. But you think the Bwagale administration got any interest in that? No, they don't care. They be like, okay, we know you're America, you're the big dog. We hear what you just said, but we're thinking about working on it. That's why the response from the executive mansion was that. From a policy standpoint, international relations, no, you are not our target, so we don't need to please you when you come to your standard that you set as to how a country qualify for this thing. They are not looking that direction.
So you're saying that they're playing more they're lackadaisical or laissez-faire.
Yeah, the hands-off approach.
Right. Okay.
But they're not looking at them for anything.
Yeah, we'll come back to dissect the report, right? But let's take maybe 5 minutes calls from our people. Just hear from them.
Yes, indeed, because most of our people, in fact, they keep texting that. Yes, maybe we're interested more. Okay, so let me go to the line quickly. Let's call out. Good evening.
Good evening, Melbourne, and this is David King, and I do join you this evening from my notice.
Yeah, 1 minute quickly, David. Go ahead.
Melbourne, you see, like I was seeing the other day, our guys are just celebrating 500 billion. Like Mo said it right. That is $500 million. And with the kind of damaging report on this government, human rights, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and political participation, the rule of law, extrajudicial killing, these guys cannot be qualified for compact. Moja said it right. And I said he put all of the instruments in place and she gained the favor of the West, and this is why they gave us the first compound on Manasali. But with this government, I don't think, and it is clear, it is glaring that these people will not get confined no matter what. They will not get confined because they are not ready to train. That's just the fact of the matter.
All right, thank you so much. Quickly to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, I'm Abby Johnson calling for Tubu Rotation for Mozzarella. You see, the country, when we try to state on things, other people were looking, but I tell God, thank you, the American answering to the Liberian people cry. Because yesterday, when Greta come out releasing message to the police to shoot, to kill, they were all looking, they thought people were joking, or they thought the American were not spying on the country. So you see, nothing's coming on, it ain't coming in the Easter. Good for Fana, she's young, I'm sorry for her, because she'll be paying attention. So the next report are coming on, attention report, and all of them will follow. They will look at the next batch of people. That's why you see now they gotta be angry with the foreign deputy import. When the men say government official is in the job where people usually overlook it. Because while the president was caught with somebody that was arrested with more than 500,000 drugs with photo, and the president's son is involved with drugs. So now they country too now we gotta understand that the government is on drugs.
All right, thank you. Quickly to this caller, good evening. Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, Mabon.
Yes, go ahead, my dear brother. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you, Mabon. My name is Hussein. I'm Hussein Kel. I call from Diesel, Sktv-Lib. So I listen to the different analysis, but in all fairness, I'm not familiar with the other guys in the US.
More?
In fact, you cannot, yes, I'm not familiar with his name. So,
yeah, just go ahead, just go straight to the point.
So, yeah, Mabon. You said in the United States, and in fact, pieces of our government, I think that's a disservice to even the people who you claim you're talking for as Liberians. Those are no pieces of government you can have fundamental disagreement. But when you talk to them on the radio, that means very, I don't know. That means very dishonest.
No, but I'll get another person, please. Yeah, go.
Yeah, so let me
We're not for you. Go. Go.
In the last stage of Ken Hassan, they were condemning the United States before. In our administration, the president, the government accepted that before the go face and said we went towards the report. So I need American men to tell me that no media outlet have been shut down, no journalists beyond bar.
All right, thank you. So you won't be comparing yourself with the WhatsApp. I like you. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening. Once again,
yeah, go ahead.
Can I do an update on what we discussed last night or just call the discussion?
Today discussion. Later you should call me on that stuff. The same thing, in fact, you haven't called me, so don't even talk about that. Just talk about today.
Okay. You know, it's just bad for me to hear the all-knowing government, the technocrat, who know all the government, the government space is in lambasted like it is by our international partners. It's so sad. For the 2-year experience, and all of the quote-unquote knowing all ministers are all in government. They make a daily report coming. And it's nothing strange. Out of the things they're saying when it comes to muscle in the press, we said it. We talk about extrajudicial killing that was taking place. We talk about people dying in Syria. It happened in the fact that they both protested for it. So let us hear accept that.
All right, thank you. To this caller quickly, then go to the WhatsApp line to take few calls from that. Good evening.
How are you, everyone? To everyone.
Yes, we okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Everyone, let me say something to you today or to everyone. If people recall rescue that king, that mainly the king is our friend that was just playing. It was not a dream. It was not a dream. Not only they just put together that they might just keep the fear of like so they can do move. But it was not in their plane. If it was in their plane, that area is that we will come to where we do.
And your left first, I know first impression. And your left, I know first impression thing. Go ahead, my young man. Thank you. First impression. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Peter. We can't call from honor street like in Roy Johnson. You know, Mabon,
and a guy in the diaspora is quite unfortunate that one of the most educated, the so-called educated, and the 42 years experienced president, and for the United States started to release a damaging and a report on this particular government on our society, I think it's quite unfortunate. So the guys from the United Party, they really need to go and they just shut down and close their mouth. Because all the people they make again we are in his government. Since they came to power, nothing has changed. Every sector of the liberal society has disintegrated. They have got international attention. I think they should be worried about that. And the liberal society, and we are in serious worry because America was our traditional panel who can't have that particular report. And these are things that labor people are being highlighted, extradition carry, and the press freedom.
No, when we're talking that the people can say blackmailing. Hello to this caller, good evening.
Yeah.
Uncle Bantate, sorry, yeah, Uncle, good evening. Yeah, man, the country will have a get finished. But go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing? You know, we always say that Liberia Palava has to talk.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, I listen to all of you, and you know, I think I am reminded by the past administration when he report used to count all and people used to take them lightly. At the time when the Marco McCarthy that time when the sanction was coming, they were question asking how you did your investigation and your sanction people, how you got to know some of these things. He said the very report that come from the local media, that come from talk show, that come from individuals, credible individuals. So we didn't send people the fee to say you will go do investigation, this, that, but no investigation, even the one that come from police and other things. Some of the cases that will be investigated and report don't come up, you know, that cannot come. So I think they should take it in good faith.
All right.
When they are taking in good faith, they must take steps. And some of those recommendations they made there. So you can't compare with US. You can't say because you
I get it. What? Yeah, Liberia.
The region, you can't compare yourself with the United States. United States sometimes they action with humility. You know, they take the action with the action they take it, and that's the quality. They take it that well, maybe the way he made me today, I would deal with him. No, they take it in line of law and they do it with
but Donald Trump sack Republican people. That's the kind of society. Boy, yeah, you can sack citizen people, they sack your part of people. What kind of country is this?
The one I'm saying, I said they do it with clear heart, but for all we do it with cruelty. That's the difference between we and America.
All right. Thank you, Uncle. Let me take the WhatsApp call with Steve, then I'll call over to you people because you're Liberian people, they are not defending. America too can do the same thing. Oh, the country interesting. My country. Don't never ever deport me from Liberia. I always want to be a Liberian, even newer. Yeah, so those of you who are calling on the WhatsApp, you can call back. I want to take your call quickly. Then we'll cross over to the team, or maybe we'll take a few more calls because we want you all to also talk about the report. What say you? When we talk, the people can say we're blackmailing them. Hello, to this call up on the WhatsApp. Good evening, my dear brother.
This is Jeet. I'm calling from Canada, and thanks for having me today.
Good.
I want to say good evening. We have talking to your guys on the platform there. Hello to the Liberian people. So maybe with regards to the report, like I seen the report and I read the report, 17 pages, and break down into six categories. No sugarcoating. The report saw no big improvement in human rights in the last year. And this is 2024 year, the first year for Joseph Baka. The report talk about unlawful killing of security forces, torture and degrading of treatment, random arrest. The report about media intimidation and censorship. They talk about the weak labor law protection. You see, and the report says that law exists in Liberia on the paper, but to enforce the law, it is selective. Those that in power, they work free. Ordinary citizens,
you gotta get contact.
For what? For what? They talk about security forces killing people. Journalists silent because of new rules that the people apply. Public workers are fired just because they're posting on Facebook. For what? And they talk about one point in the report, they say labor law in Liberia. But the only place the labor law can function, you know what they talk about? They say it only function on PowerPoint presentation.
Don't even laugh here. All right. Thank you.
I'm telling you, look, I follow you guys, listen to you guys, and think, look, I sometimes get scared from me born in the generation not play because so you're kind of rich, you're talk, you know, Steve, all we on the side, we can be talking anything. But they got in our country, they got in a teacher, they can play to people over there. You're too brave, we can be praying for everything.
Thank you, my dear brother. God is guiding us, even though sometimes they carry our names up and down, but God is there. God be God. One thing I learned about God. My uncle Brantate know where we come from, so we perhaps we serve God. Steve, or should we take a few more calls?
Let's have a conversation here for the rest of the day. Let's hear from Monk. Monk, how do you react to what you heard from the callers? Because we have, for the most part, it seems like people are concerned about the report.
Well, people are concerned about the report, but the government is not concerned about the report. Matter of fact, the insider are saying the U.S. should work on her own racism and human rights behavior here before telling. I told you, I said the government is not pro-West. The government is looking in other direction. You can tell from the policy, you can tell from the response, the press releases, executive mention posting. You can just know from the orator, from the Independence Day celebration. They target people. They know where they are targeting. They know where they are headed. Well, so I don't think so. So if you are in Liberia and you think that the government stood the slightest chance of winning any compact grant from the Millennium Challenge, you are just wasting your time. And the report, like I said, is just an icing on the cake. This government is not thinking in that direction. And we always say this thing: the young people, the people who got the most to lose in Liberia, you will just be victim. Because Joseph Baga, whether you like it or not, it has nothing to do with politics. He's not here for a very long period of time. Joseph Baga just by himself time. He just how I would say they call it giving people the impression that you are basic, but you are literally doing nothing. Because, like I said, if you come with an agenda, I'm talking about an issue that poses a systemic risk, not only to present-day Liberia, but future Liberia. If he cannot even prioritize it, even though it's one of the fundamental pillars in his arrest agenda, why make you think the extra unforeseen circumstances that will be added on his plate, you'll be able to address them? There was a video I shared with you guys. One guy said something profound on the LU campus. He said the only difference between George Weah and Joseph Boaga is when both of them get drunk, one of them got to leave the energy to go to work the next day. And the other one, he doesn't have the energy to go to work. That's the only difference between the two. And I think it's the reality. So at least George Weah, even though when you go to work, he won't be productive, but at least he will be having the energy to wake up from bed and when to go to work. But Joseph Boaga can call for a holiday just to give himself, to buy himself enough time. That's why he keep coming out with these holidays after holiday to rest his body. But at the end of the day, let's be fair. Let's be real. In all fairness, nothing is going to change. This administration will be doing according pet project. You do later, I ain't seen they say they come with GPS service. Even though our streets, they are not even organized here because they believe that more people in the country are so stupid. How can a GPS work in Liberia? Because you're talking about structure, you're talking about system. Because the programmer are going to put the map, the Google map into the data. Or data into the GPS system. The script got to be laid out, they got to be structured for you. But they're telling you that they're bringing a GPS system to Liberia. And you will sit there and you buy into that nonsense. You will believe it. But that's just why it is in Liberia. So
any input from what you've heard so far? Because I want to give my take on the whole thing here, but I want to take my own time to give my take. Any input from what you heard from the callers?
Oh yes, for me, yeah, as I said, we know what is happening in our country. We know how things are going. This is a rescue government, a government that came to rescue we the Liberian people. And today they are killing we the Liberian people. I don't think it is good for us. And for you to be comparing Liberia with America, America they can hold generally in jail this and that. You want to compare Liberia with America? This is so sad, man, to be hearing people calling, saying this kind of thing. So even if America doing bad, Liberia should do bad. Is that what you're trying to say? If America killing people, they're putting people in jail, so Liberia too should do the same thing. Is this how you defend a government? You people don't really mean well for that country. I don't. That's not fine. That when the government is doing wrong, for you to come and say this is not good for our country. There are some people in that country, they can do government job because why they not get no connection. But when the country is safe, when companies are coming in, some of these people will get job. These are some of the things that damage the previous administration. This report, if we continue to get this kind of reports, how will investors come in the country when we talk about private sector job? and we Liberian is a country dependency syndrome. We only depending on international community, other people. We shouldn't politicize it. This is not good for our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Melbourne, before I respond, I got a caller who's been on hold for a while. So let me give him a minute. Go ahead, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
President Mo. You know, Mo said something so funny to me. I'm sitting here laughing. It's so comical, but serious. Two things. Though I never got the initial part where he stated, but the reports that came out, especially with regards to the attitude and everything of this government. Mind you, you are sitting there. The Millennium Challenge money they're talking about among highlighted. Most of the condition has to do, especially human rights. The first year of this government, even the MCC scorecard, they feel human rights. And today, they are giving a report and telling you that your human rights record is bad. You think predicated on that the people take their money and give it to you? Man, you want to make comparison with the United States? Yes, United States got all of this fraud, but they're not begging anybody for money. You are sitting there waiting for Millennium Challenge money down to start to salivate all around the place. How can you compare yourself to that? So it's a sad thing. And secondly, Mom, don't let anybody fool you or bamboozle others, especially for maybe people that are not being in Liberia for a long time. The GPS they're talking about, Mom, as it is right now, when you go in Liberia, you put Oro on your phone, it will take you to Oro. The only thing when I take you to the house you're going to. So it's functioning in Liberia already. This government is not the one that bringing it in. I'm saying like it just somebody it still tell me he's standing the Oro Junction. Trust me, if I put it on my phone Oro, it would take me there. It's not going to take me there, but it's going to be standing. So don't let the people fool you.
Thank you so much.
I think it's working there already.
Thank you, Abraham.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Well, folks, today I will not talk plenty. I will just say this. When we come on the show and we talk, and sometimes some of you get mad at us, we talk with passion and sincerity. We don't talk because it's Unity Party, it's CDC, CMC, ANC, LP, or whatever, or because it's Kumis, Joya, the Nyomlikanga Lawrence, Joseph Boakai, or we get special hit towards them, one other person will come and take over so we can get a job. No, that's not the reason some of us come on the show. To be very honest. To be very, very honest. That's not the reason we come here. Some of us don't come here to play games or to fool around. Some of us don't come here to seek relevance. Because you in Liberia, you live in a country that is 500 million plus people. I live in a society, in a country that is 300 million. That means 295 million times. So if I want any attention, I will seek it for America and Liberia. Because I can get more attention here than that country in Liberia. I say this to say that until we can want the best for Liberia sincerely, we're not going anywhere. We can't just keep saying, oh, yeah, the people corrupt, and all keep saying the same thing, but we are not taking stands. We're not pointing it out. We're not shaming people and calling names. When you see all calling names and using adjectives, for example, when I say Joseph Boakai is a crook, I know my Oma, who all the way in Kolahun, might not understand what it means Joseph Boakai use inappropriate words or Joseph Boakai embezzle, but she will understand what crook mean. So I pick my adjectives so that my people on the ground can understand it. Because if the audience I'm speaking to, because I want to describe a behavior that will be relatable, I don't have time to kind of explain what it means for somebody to be a thief or somebody embezzle. But when I say Joseph Boakai steal, when I say Joseph Boakai corrupt, Joseph Boakai is a liar, he's a crook, then my people understand what it means. So the reason we say some of these things is not because we hate Joseph Boakai or we are not well-mannered people, we want to be rude, we want to be disrespectful. No, I speak according to my audience. So I'm saying this to say, whether it is the Jeremy Pierre, It is the Kula Fofana. It is the Josiah Joker. Or what the other guy need? What the other police director need? What he need?
Great.
We're saying this so you don't end up like the way we used to have Jefferson Koji, Samuel Tue, McGill. What I wanted to get woman is you know, see for when you're passing around with Joseph Boaka lying on comments that time, and we told him that there will be a repercussion for this. And you never believe us, edition, you cost us. We warn you that there will be a repercussion for these things. You never believe us. You never took us seriously. We're saying the same thing today, guys. Some of these guys have the no. Let me say this. I don't want anybody to be sanctioned where they can see the family get deported, the children get taken to Labrador. But at the same time, too, I don't want you to leave from here, go over there, and go steal from the people or create problem there. Then your own family living on the side and enjoying. You who? I don't support that. No, I don't support that. So I'm saying to these guys, Kula Fofana, we warn her from the beginning of the government when she started lying. I call Kula Fofana, and guess what Kula Fofana did? She unfriended me on Facebook. I think she blocked me or whatever. I don't care. I don't need her to be my friend. Like I said before, fools are not my friend. If you're going to make excuses for people who do criminal activities, you are a fool. The fools cannot be my friend. I don't associate with foolish people. If I notice that you're foolish, I cut you off. So from that day when she did that, I knew that she was not ready to listen. If y'all go back to our initial show that we did, I even said, in the Muslim religion, we need not pass around lie. It's a problem. She didn't listen to that. She on a wrong path. It is alleged that they even deny her visa. She messing around. She might not sell her boyfriend to Joseph Boaka. Joseph Boaka on departure. Anytime you leave the world, he is on departure. You better put yourself together. You're still young. Don't follow these guys. Joseph Boaka don't care. You see Joseph Boaka? He's one of the most dangerous person who speak to be president because Joseph Boaka got nothing to lose in on departure. So we need to be careful how we do these things. That being said, tomorrow will be on. Melbourne.
Well, thank you so much, my dear brother. That's power, you know, power for us here back home, Liberians. Power always make us drunk, you know, because, you know, the reason I'm saying this is that CDC was in power when you saw how they behave. Even the current government, when they were in power for the past 12 years, we saw how they behave. And CDC together too, they do the same thing, and they're coming back, and you are now into the same position, and you are still behaving like something is happening to you. But again, that the kind of people we are, power is just so terrible for us. We misuse power. We do power anyhow we want to. We cut off speech from people just because we are given opportunity to serve. We don't want to talk to people. Some people, the issue of the U.S. report, enough for you common people out there to be talking like, oh, America do they get our own problem. Some of you don't even have lawyer. You don't even have food to even eat at the first thing before you even talk about paying lawyer. Then when something happened to you, you're passing around looking for people to go to the police station to go and release you, or to go and stand your bond, somebody to go and help you out. That's what we're saying. There are laws that are supposed to protect you, whether you get money or not, whether you are poor or not. There should be a law for every one of us as people. It's not law on paper. Then you have to get contact before the law can work for you, or you have to get money before the law works for you. No, it's not how it's supposed to be. So compare yourself with America in the name of, because America too, they have their own there. Compare your life with someone from here after 6 months. When the person go America, then you here. So that's a good night to all of you. We see it again tomorrow. By the grace of the Almighty God, we are out.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who will need to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents of them. So welcome and life with Africa.
I live
Master.
Play Paris, I can't Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma yamo. Enji sano muni, emu aye yo. Enji lofa mui.
Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We're bringing good news and we give it to you. We're talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we're giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.